Hello everyone, my name is Tom, and this is the Sony FX6. It's one of their cinema line cameras. Today I'll be showing you where all the buttons are, how to put in a battery, and how to put on a lens. So with the battery, you'll see there are 5 connectors on one side. This will be going down in the battery compartment. So, with the battery compartment exposed, slide the top of the battery along the ceiling of the battery compartment. Once it gets to the end, just push straight down and it should click in. To release, push in the battery release button and lift up the battery. There are 3 recording buttons on this camera. There's one on the side handle, one on the top handle, and one near the screen where all the exposure controls are. It doesn't matter which one you press, they all just start and stop the recording. Underneath the recording button on the left side of the camera are all the exposure controls, and underneath those you've got menu navigation buttons, then underneath those you have some presets. But exposure will be covered in a different video. To the right of the exposure controls is a little cover that covers the pots for the audio controls. Audio will be covered in a different tutorial. In between the exposure controls, you've got the menu navigation buttons. So the full menu button here, pressing it once will bring up the quick menu, holding it down to bring up the full menu. And you can navigate with this little dial on the side here, and you can click it in to enter something. The thumbnail button allows you to view the media you've already recorded, and the cancel back button, pretty self-explanatory, goes back and cancels an operation. On the right side of the camera, on the handle, we actually have 2 XLR inputs for microphones to be connected. Above the power button, we have this little door here which houses the SD cards. You can put 2 SD cards in this camera, and the one that's in use is highlighted with the green light. This can be changed by hitting the little slot select button over here. And on the other side of the battery, you have your HDMI output, SDI out timecode, and DC charge. So there are 2 types of lenses you can put on the FX6, the prime lenses and the zoom lenses. Right now, I am using a prime lens. This is a 50mm lens, meaning I cannot zoom at all. This has a fixed focal length. There are different types of prime lenses with different focal lengths as well. Prime lenses are also generally faster than zoom lenses in terms of the aperture. The aperture can open a lot wider. They are also sharper, have better colors, and generally just have a nicer look than zoom lenses. However, zoom lenses are more practical for occasions when you don't have time to change lenses, such as a documentary. Plus, the zoom lenses are able to utilize the FX6's fantastic autofocus features. Alright, before I put a lens on this camera, it is important to know that you need to keep something on the body of the camera at all times, such as this body cap. If it is exposed, the sensor can attract dust, dirt, any other foreign material, which can pretty much ruin a camera. So please, if you are not putting a lens on here, put the body cap on. Same principle applies to the lenses. If you keep the back cap off the lens for an extended period of time, it's going to attract dust and foreign material, so please leave the back cap of the lens on at all times. However, I understand that mistakes happen, and sometimes you might accidentally get a fingerprint or something on the back end of the lens. If this happens, please do not attempt to clean it, because you can damage it by doing that. If it does happen, give it to one of us, we'll be able to help you out. With the front end of the lens though, it's a different story. These get a lot dirtier than you think, fingerprints and so on. These are a lot easier to clean. If you're not sure how to do it, come see us and we can show you. So, attaching a lens. It is a matter of making sure the camera is tilted down just a bit so it doesn't attract any falling dust. Line up the 2 white dots on the body of the camera and the lens. Push in and rotate until it clicks and is nice and secure. So that should leave you with the body cap and the lens cap. These actually screw together, which is a great design, because if you lose these, you're kind of screwed. Make sure they're screwed together and it goes in either one of 2 places. Either back in the bag where the camera is from, or in your pocket. Anywhere else, you're going to lose it. So please, please keep track of the caps. And to take the lens off, it is a matter of pushing in the button near the lens, rotating the lens and pulling out. And make sure you put those caps on. Well, that's pretty much it. Just a reminder, make sure you have something on the body where the sensor is at all times, either that be a lens or a body cap. Don't leave it exposed, things can get in there and it can damage the camera. Also, if you do get something on the sensor or the back end of the lens, don't attempt to clean it, you're just going to screw it up. So please leave it to one of us and we can help you out. That's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed, I hope you got something out of this, and see you in the next couple of videos.